Yep, netting's in like, if my clock is right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll be there. All right, Charles, we'll talk to you later, man. 7-3. We're here, you're on the net. KM4HX8, this is KR4IKZ. Appreciate it, bro. 73. See you on the net.
KR4IKZ, KM4HX8, 73. Sounds good. Yep, I'll see you on the net shortly. KQ4NMY, WW4HG. What's going on, Howard? WW4HG, KQ4NMY. I heard you calling the net tonight, and I'm logging. Now, I did not pull up CQSO. I've got NetLogger pulled up. I don't know, have we made the decision to start using CQSO? I wouldn't say that. I'm really not authorized to say that. Glenn called me last week, texted me and, wanted to see if I wanted to use it during the net. And I said, okay, but it kind of got out of hand there a little bit. So I could just stick with NetLogger for tonight until we have some discussion about it. Roger? Roger. All right. Well, I got NetLogger up. Got you at number 1, me at number 2. Sounds good. Net coming up in about a minute. KQ4NMY.
Hey, I got my video conference going, okay? I appreciate it. Oh my goodness.
All right, it's 8 o'clock. Good evening, one and all. This is the Active Amateurs Radio Group's Tuesday night weekly net. The 147.300 KK4B repeat. This net is called every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. All licensed amateur radio operators are welcome. My call sign is Kilo Quebec 4, November Mike Yankee. My name is Chip. I'm located in Georgetown, South Carolina. And tonight I'll be serving as net control station using the club call sign KK4BE-R. Hold tight. This repeater is made available to the amateur community by KK4B Rick in Summerville. Located in Russellville, South Carolina, this repeater is accessible using a plus offset and a PL tone of 162.2. There's also a second KK4B repeater. That one's located in Cordsville, South Carolina. It's on a frequency of 145.350, and it's accessible with a minus offset and a PL tone of 162.2. We are very grateful to Rick for allowing the use of the KK4B repeaters, not only for this net, but also for the group's normal communication operations. In the event that this repeater goes down during tonight's net, give it about 3 minutes for the repeater to restart, generator to kick in. If that doesn't happen and the repeater is not back up in 3 or 4 minutes, then we'll all QSY over to the 145.350. We have a Facebook group. If you search Facebook for 147.300 or Active Amateurs Radio Group, you should find it pretty quick. We invite you to check it out, encourage you to join the group. We also have a website located at aaradiogroup.org. Also, an EchoLink node into this repeater is available under KK4BE-R. I don't believe it's up tonight, but I may be wrong. We're very grateful to Howard, WW4HG, for administering that node. I'm now going to turn it over to Howard for any announcements or updates for the group, WW4HG, KK4BE.
Thank you, Chip. This is Whiskey 4 Hotel Golf, Howard in Louisville, South Carolina, and at the new location. I'm talking to you mobile from the truck in the driveway tonight. I do not have that shack set back up, but wanted to say that the get together this past Saturday was pretty good. We had 10 members there. Might have been a little more than 10, but anyway, that's what I counted. 10 members. Put some pictures up on Facebook there. It was just the standard Bojangles get together. I was glad to see people come out for that. The next item on the list, or the next scheduled item on the list, is the members meeting. It's going to be August the 20th. August the 20th, which is the third Thursday. So you'll see an agenda come out, and you'll also see the notification and the link for the Zoom meeting. Should be coming out middle of next week, probably. Would be a good time for that. And that's about it. That's all I've got right now. I'm going to send it right on back to Net Control, WW4HG.
All right, thank you, Howard, for your leadership in this group and all the duties that you so gladly perform. We appreciate you. I think that's all the formalities tonight, and it's about time to start taking some check-ins. Prior to net roll call, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Emergency or priority traffic only, call net control now. All right, nothing heard. Quiet night in the low country, at least on this net. Prior to net roll call for check-ins, let's see, when checking in, please call net control, unkey your mic, and listen for a second so you're not doubling with another station. Then check in with your call sign, spelled phonetically and slowly, along with your name and your location. This is KK4 or KQ4 NMY. My name is Chip. I'm located in Georgetown, South Carolina, and I'm the net control station tonight using the club call sign KK4BE. To begin the net roll call, any stations operating on emergency or battery power, call net control now to check in. Standing by for any stations operating on emergency or battery power. Call net control now. Nothing heard. Next for roll call, any short time stations who would like to check in but can't stick around for the rag shoot. Short time stations only. Call net control now.
Net control. Net control, please check in. Whiskey 4 Romeo X-Ray Lima, Angelo Goose Creek, short time.
Net control. Net control, please check in. Kilo Romeo 4 Kilo Echo Whiskey. DW, Rick St. George, short time.
Net control. This is Kilowatt Echo 4 Hotel X-Ray Jim in Lansing. I'll be a short time.
Net control. Net control, please check in November 0 Uniform Hotel in 0U8, Lisa in St. George. I'll be short time.
Net control, please recognize W4RXL, Angelo and Goose Creek. KR4KEW, Rick in St. George. KE4HX, that's Jim in Ladson. And N0UH, that's Lisa in St. George. Y'all checking in short time tonight. Glad to have y'all along for the ride. Do we have any more short time stations tonight? Call Net Control to check.
Net Control. Net Control, good evening, Chip. Please check in Kilo Quebec 4, Lima Tango Alpha, KQ4 LTA. Tap over there, Net Control. Net Control, please check in Kilo Romeo 4, Delta Zulu X-Ray, KR4DZX, Macedonia. The name's Alex.
Net Control is pleased to recognize KQ4LTA, Taft in Hanahan, checking in and out. And KR4DZX, that is Alex in Macedonia, also short time tonight. We're going to move ahead now to the roll call. Regular check-ins are called in alphabetical order and grouped according to the first letter of the suffix of your call sign. Tonight we'll begin with the Alpha through Mike group. Any station whose call sign suffix begins with Alpha through Mike, call Net Control now.
Net Control. Please check in Kilo Romeo 4, India Kilo Zulu, KR4 IKZ. Name is Charlie in King Street, South Carolina. Good evening, everybody on the net.
Net Control is pleased to recognize KR4 IKZ. That'd be Charlie up in King Street. Glad to have you along tonight, Charlie. Do we have any more Alpha through Mike check-ins? Call Net Control now.
That'd be a small turnout tonight.
That's America. How about November through Zulu? Any station whose call sign suffix begins with November through Zulu can call Net Control now to check in. Net Control.
Oh, John.
Hey, Jeff, please check in Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Zulu, and Kilo Mike.
Net Control. Hey, man. Hey, what's happening? Hey, go ahead and check me in there. Kilo 4, Whiskey, Bravo, Tango, KK4BE-R, man. And Wildcat Chase over here off the side of the road of Black Tom Road.
Let's get riding the golf cart.
Net Control, please check in Kilo 4, November, Yankee, Mark and Cane Bay. in Kilo Quebec 4, Romeo Tango Bravo, Ronnie Musk Corner. Net control. Net control, check in Kilo Quebec 4 Zulu Alpha Delta KQ4ZAD David in Somerville.
Net control is pleased to recognize KM4YZZ. John out in Grover. John is another of our net controllers here in the Active Amateurs Radio Group. And we heard from KK4BE-R, Jason over at Wildcat Chase, Black Tom Road. KK4NNY was next. He's another of the group's regular net controllers. That's Mark. Cane Bay. KQ4RTB, Ronnie and Musk Corner checking in. Good evening. And then we finished up that round with KQ4ZAD, David in Somerville. Great to have you all along tonight. And we'll do one more call for November through Zulu before we start the rag chew. November through Zulu. Call now to check in. All right, looks like you got a pretty full roster here. Let's see. 14 so far. I'm sure we'll pick up a couple more as we go along. But
Yeah,
we're going to go ahead and start the
Charles.
rag chew. I'm at the top. KQ4NNY, Chip here. Not a whole lot going on. We do have some projects going on around the house. Dealing with contractors, which is always fun. We had one the other day flat out lied to us, and when we called him on it, he lied some more, trying to cover it up. So needless to say, we won't be doing business with him. But that's the way it goes, man, when you're working, trying to find a contractor. There's some good ones out there. Man, there's some pretty sorry ones, too. Anyway, that's been what we've been doing for the last few days now. Dealing with stuff like that, but hey, the work is getting done, and can't complain. Radio-wise, hadn't been very active. I listened a little bit on HF like today. There was a little bit of traffic on 40 meters, but all the other bands seemed to be shut down when I was checking on. Didn't do much on the radio today, but here I am, glad to be calling the net tonight on the Active Amateurs Radio Group Tuesday night net on the KK4B repeater in Russellville. And that's my story on the rag shoot, and I'm going to pass it right along to Howard, WW4HG. Your next, Howard, go ahead.
Thank you, Chip. Good evening to everybody on the net. Got a good group here tonight. And this is Whiskey 4 Hotel Golf in Gooseville. And, well, I've been busy. A whole lot going on here. Not much with radio, though. Let's see. Today, I did manage to go to the pool with my grandson. Matter of fact, he starts school tomorrow, so today was the last day we had him. So we went to the pool, and we played pickleball. We went and got a pickleball accoutrement and played a little pickleball today. And then I hung the TV over the fireplace. I got that done. I actually had it done yesterday, and then I stood back and looked at it, and it was, I don't know, man, that thing was about 2 inches off square, so I had to take it down and start over. But anyway, it's up now, and then I went over to the Monk's globe and got it all pretty looking again. And, anyway, a lot going on, and things are starting to come together to where I might be able to start working on a radio shack. I'm sitting out here in the truck in the driveway right now. Hopefully you read me okay. And anyway, that's what's going on over here in Goose Hill. I'll send it back to Net Control Whiskey 4 Hotel Golf.
All right, thank you, Howard. Glad to hear that you're moved in over there and that the relocation is proceeding along well. And I know you're looking forward to getting that shack set up, but that's a pretty low priority, isn't it? Unfortunately, a lot of other things to do. But anyway, glad to hear that you're in the new location now. W4RXL, Angelo in Goose Creek. Let's see, he was short time. I'm sorry. Let me skip over these short times. KR4IKZ, Charlie and Kingsby. It's your turn. Come on in, Charlie.
Hey, Chip. I appreciate you calling the net. Everyone's sounding really good tonight, and just wanted to mention I appreciate Rick and letting us use the repeater, and everybody that's in charge of the club. I really appreciate y'all, and met a lot of good QSOs, QSL. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, I just in appreciation of everything. Radio World. Well, I've been listening to some 40 meter on my shortwave and some 80 meter. I moved rooms, so the reception isn't as good in this room as I was in the last room. I picked up a couple of HTs that were kind of cheap. I got my first foul thing, BFFHP Pro, and I got a Radtel RT950. Really satisfied with those, but like I said, the reception is not that great in my room. Some of you know that I injured my ankle about 6 weeks ago, and I'm out of the cast, and off of the boot. So I'm doing very well. I'm walking around as much as I can, and doing very well. Once again, appreciate everybody that's in control of the club, and appreciate you, Chip, for calling the net. One day I'll be doing that soon, I hope. Anyway, 7-3, everybody. Y'all have a great evening. KR4IKZ.
All right, Charlie. Well, yeah, that sounds great. Look forward to working with you and bringing you into the net control group. We appreciate your participation in the net. You're always here every week, and always good to hear from you. Glad to hear that you're out of your cast and doing well with that ankle. Sounds like good progress. Thanks again for checking in, Charlie. We're going to move on down next to KM4YZZ. John in Grover. What's up, John? It's your turn.
KM4YZZ. Stop eating everybody. Thanks for calling that night. Howard Jason, Gary Lawson. Good to see everybody out here. All groups. Sounds like a good group. And I just got in the house from work. I probably could have stayed a little bit longer, but I'd have had to start another whole process over. And I wouldn't have got finished with that before dark, so I'm just going to leave the site like that. So I went ahead and came on back on here, looked at the base station. Got a different radio going in here tonight. I've got a old Kenwood. Y'all know I like the Kenwood. This one is PM271. Kenwood PM271. This is basically what it is evident. I think it's 60 watts. Single band radio. Just basic actually. When I first got my license, this is the first radio that I was out here talking on Hamwood with my own call center. I pulled it out, knocked the dust off of it the other day, and it's the best thing I can do. Hopefully it sounds good, or it sounds okay. It's simple. It's old school. I like it. Everybody sounding good here tonight. I've got very, very little noise and almost a full still for the people. That's all good. Hope everybody's doing well. And Charlie, it's just good to hear you improved it very well with your ankle. And my little situation was nowhere near as bad as yours. You know, I'm doing very well with mine too. I don't need to get reminded of it hardly ever now. So, you know, something that I should. But at any rate, once again, good to hear everybody. I said that to you. Good. Thank you, man. Daily and full life. All right, John. Appreciate all you do for the group, man. And you're sounding good on that old Kenwood tonight. Glad to hear that your ankle is doing well, too. Good to hear from you tonight. This is KK4BE with the Active Amateurs Radio Group Weekly Net on the KK4B-147.300 repeater. Glad to have you all with us tonight. We are moving through the list with the rag chute, and we have just arrived at KK4WBT, man. Jason, Wildcat Chase, Black Tom Road. Come on in, Jason. It's your time.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. Somewhere between here and there, you know, but right on the edge of Cane Bay, I guess. But either way, you know, I mean, you can make it here by Black Tom Road or various other ways, but, you know, good place to be located at, it seems like. KK4WBT, man. And, yeah, hey, you know what? Well, a while back, you know, nets after nets after nets, you know, we were all talking about how the grass was all crispy critters and no rain to be found. When is it going to begin? And now you wonder when it will end, you know. And I tell you what, though, it will choke up a bit, but, you know, those pop-up fly-by-night anywhere, anytime type showers, yeah, all that'll continue to happen, man, without a doubt, because that's just what we do. But I'm going to tell you what, man, and this is the serious part of the whole situation, man. You know, you're looking at 95, 97, 98, 99. Let me say that one. 95, 97, 98, 99. 99 on Friday, man. 99 on Friday. That's in August. August 15th, man, we're burning it up at 99, 96, 93, 97, 96, 92, 92. I don't know if you hear any kind of, like, consistencies there. Maybe it's the nines, all that begin at the front of those numbers. It ain't letting up, man. It is not going to let up on the temperature. It will only continue to get hot. And when it says things like on Sunday, it says heat eases. It used words like heat eases, but the temperature is still 93. Wow. Yeah, man, you know, we're definitely in for a ride. As you can see, we've had the wet weather that have moved through. I went through a storm yesterday in Goose Creek. Well, woo! Now, that was some rain, man, and there were a few branches down there on 176 right there coming on St. James or whatnot by the Walmart. Hold tight. Yeah, you know, I mean, either way, we're in that season, so it doesn't necessarily shock anybody. I mean, there is a cell right now that's just north of St. Matthews and moving towards Pinewood, but whether or not it holds together, you know, it's just a little piece by itself. But either way, you know, hey, check it out, though, man. You know, you have a few, well, disturbances that have moved off the coast of Africa. And, oh, man, there's tracks. And now people are finally waking up. They're like, hey, there's things called hurricanes that could form out of this, and we're going to watch these tracks. They might not be really anything, but we're going to watch the tracks. And they are tracking, man. You got two waves that have come off of the coast of Africa. But one thing I can tell you, that old super El Nino happening over there, man, it's putting out some wind shear right here across the top of South America, man. And as that stuff comes over there, we'll see if wind shear tears it apart, weakens it, lessens it, or if it even really cares about anything like that, man, because there could be a possibility. But from the most part, for right now, they look like fish storms. We don't know, but, you know, that's a little far out for anybody to really predict. But either way, there's some kind of awakening here as we wind up charging that, and let's talk about generators and all like that. We really haven't done that. There really hasn't been that kind of weather. We haven't even really thought about anything inclement in that manner. So either way, though, man, we'll enjoy it while it lasts. At least the rain. I'll continue to cut the grass. It's looking real good, front and back. And we're keeping the cart paths over here dry in Cane Bay as we continue to tear them up with the golf cart. So either way, man, things are good, man, and things are happening. I hope everybody's good, and well wishes to everyone. 73 KK4BE-R, man, and I'm clear back to net control.
All right, Jason. Glad to hear y'all been getting some rain down that way. We're still waiting in Georgetown. Like yesterday, we heard thunder all day long, first to the north and then to the south, but it was all moving east. It went right by, and I think we wound up with just under 1/10 of an inch. So we're still waiting. We'll see what happens here. Maybe, I think Sunday's our next chance, decent chance for rain. Anyway, good to hear from you, Jason. Thanks for the participation, as always. I'm going to move on down the list now to KK4NNY. Mark, one of the group's other net controllers on the regular. It's your turn, Mark. Come on in, sir.
Evening, Chip. Evening, everybody on the net. Hope everybody's doing well. Not much going on here. A little bit of HF work here and there, and then in between the minor solar storms. We got 1.3 inches in my rain gauge yesterday. That was a nice big storm there. But really, that's all I got. So 7-3 all and KK4NNY. Back to net.
All right, Mark, good to hear from you. Congratulations on the over an inch of rain. That's great. Grass ought to be looking good down that way. Y'all been getting good bit of rain. But anyway, thanks for all you do for the group. And this is KK4BE with the Active Amateurs Radio Group's weekly net on the KK4B 147.300 repeater. We are moving through the reg sheet list, and we are down to KQ4RTB. Mr. Ronnie in Monk's Corner. Your turn, Ronnie. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everybody. This is KQ4RTB. You'll be hearing, as a pirate would say. Hey, been busy, been real busy. I got earlier within the week, I've gotten picked up 3 light towers all at the same time, and they are different ones than I've normally had. And these are 2-cylinder diesel engines, and they're a silent type. They're real quiet, but they have electronic control panels for the start and stop. And so 2 of the 3 were missing control panels, and so I took the less prettiest one, and I've been taking lights and the jacks off to make the other 2 holes the best 2. So been working on those and changing the oil and changing some fuel lines that was cracked and getting them ready. But yeah, they're neat. One of them I do have a control panel I switch between all 3 to test them and all. You can set it for a timer, and it'll auto start, or dusk to dawn. It'll auto start and shut down. I think it's pretty cool. It's different from anything I've had. They're LED lights, but pretty bright. Anyways, the mosquitoes around here are obese because I've been feeding them, and they have tore me up the last few days. And I even put some repellent on, and it's only good for a little while, and then it'll get weak, and they move in. It's like they wait. All right, boys, it's about time. Anyways, been doing a lot of sweats. I've lost about 3 pounds. I don't know if that's water or fat. We'll find out later. But anyways, good to hear everybody. And I'll turn it back to you, Chip. KQ4RTB.
All right, Good luck with those mosquitoes, man. We really don't have a mosquito problem around here, I guess because it's so dry. But anyway, real quick, let's break to see if there anybody out there like to check in to the AARG Weekly Net here. Anybody Alpha through Zulu, anybody anywhere, if you want to check in, call Net Control now.
Net Control. Net Control, please check in Kilo 4 India Hotel Delta, K4IHD, Don, over in Barnville. I'll be in and out, trying to help you numbers. Net Control.
Control, please check in Kilo Mike 4
Charles.
Hotel X-Ray Alpha KM4HX8 Charles Goose Creek.
Net Control is pleased to recognize K4IHD. John in Barnville, checking in and out tonight. Good to have you with us. And we had KM4HX8 Charles checking in from Goose Creek. Charles, we'll be right back to you on the rag shoe. But next, it's KQ4ZAD David in Somerville. It's your turn, David. Come on into the rag shoe.
Thank you, Net Control. Business as usual here. My main interest tonight, if I can get information about the Ham Fest that's up in Florence, South Carolina. I haven't been to that one. I don't know how big it is or anything like that. I'm in the market for cable and an antenna tuner to put on my HF rig. So I'm wondering if anybody else is going too. So I'll turn it back to you, and y'all let me know. 73.
All right, David, good to hear from you tonight. Let's see here. John was in and out, so we're going to move to KM4HX8. Charles, you are the last one on the list tonight. Go ahead, it's your turn.
Good evening, everybody on the net. Yeah, it's pretty hot one out there today. Yeah, got a little bit of 10 meter going on here. Got a little bit of 10. Let's see, somebody's on 28. Looks like 493, 28, 330. A little something going on. Back to you, Net Control.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you participating, and always good to hear from you. Like I said, that's the bottom of the list tonight. We'll do one more call for check-ins, and then we're probably going to shut this net down for the night. This is K4BE-R with the Weekly Net of the Active Amateurs Radio Group. Just about to wrap up the net tonight. If we got any late check-ins, anybody Alpha through Lulu, call Net Control now to check in.
Net Control. Kind of on the Francis, if I'll make it. Kilo 4, Alpha, Yankee Alpha. That's Daniel Mobile and Orangeburg, headed towards Somerville.
Net Control is pleased to recognize KK4BE-R. Danny, you're sounding good in the mobile from Orangeburg. You got anything for the rag too? Come on in.
I don't know how I'm doing making it in, but you said good. But it's bad on my side. But Everything's good, man. Ain't missing nothing. Just working. KK4BE-R.
All right, Daniel. Yeah, you sounded really good on this end. You're getting out good in that mobile, getting in the repeater quite well. Let's see. Does anyone have anything for the good or welfare of this net? Before we close it out, call net control now. Okay then, Net would like to thank all who participated in tonight's Net. We invite you to come back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. when Active Amateurs Radio Group's 147.300 weekly Net will again be called into session. 73, everyone. This is KK4BE. Now declaring the end of the net and returning the KK4B repeater to regular amateur radio operation.